Right, I'm on a long drive. I was following one of the other engineers, but he's kind of lost me a little bit, but hopefully I'll catch up with him. But I've got sat nav running in the background. But I was wanted to make this video. The idea came to me today. And if anybody's watching this video in the comments, tell me if you want me to do a more in detailed breakdown of the Netflix series. Now, the Netflix series on top of what I was going to talk about today is that of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Now, if you are getting edified by these videos, if you're getting information, learning, understanding where I'm coming from when I speak on my videos, then you will be an empathic being, or you'll be someone that's could call themselves an empath, you know, someone who has a lot of empathy for other people. You know, you're very sensitive, you've got a lot of love to give the world, you are a healer, you constantly want to help, putting people before yourself. You could be unawakened, so maybe you're a people pleaser, or we can also be tricks. Sometimes they say simps, or these kind of people who you're in a relationship and you're kind of like the weaker person because you don't know who you are, basically. So you're there with someone who's like a narcissist. You're in a narcissistic relationship with a narcissist, or someone that's more aggressive than you. You're on the recessive, kind of like letting them get away with things, that kind of role. Let me try. So basically why I wanted to talk about this is because watching that series and kind of keeping up with that court case, you can tell that the roles that were being played out in front of our eyes, that Johnny Depp is an unawakened empath and Amber Heard suffers from, you know, a demonic possession, which can be said as, you know, them people say it's bipolar or narcissistic personality disorder, whatever it is. But she's a narcissist. She's she's a toxic cretin. She is a energy vampire. She's a succubus. She used sex to lure seduction, pretending that they were into the same art, they were into the same books, they were into the same cinema. That's all bollocks. How she got Johnny Depp was by when they were doing their scenes for that film, whenever there was kissing or touching. I've had this with someone that I met before through a friend. We were at dinner and she was looking at my finger tattoos and she just touched my hands in a way that I was ready for sex. Like, she touched my hands, you know, she just kind of caressed my hands and she felt them, just applied a certain amount of pressure to my fingers that was it aroused me, but it would arouse anyone. And that's what these people, they master this. They master, you know, using their sexuality to their advantage, especially the female narcissist. But anyway, we know that's how she lured him, because I'm pretty sure Amber Heard is boring. I'm pretty sure that she's not that interesting. She's not into the same books and films as Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp probably has all these interests and like weird like poetry, and like I think he's a painter. She probably went and researched what he likes and then came up and was like, oh look, I like that artist too. It's all baloney. And what you found is that their relationship was very fast. Like, they ended up getting married quick. And that's what happens with these narcissists. It's all like, you meet them and they want to lock down that supply. Like, they want to lock it down. You see what I'm saying? So they end up, you know, you're just meeting them. Within one day or two, they're already inside the bed, you know, giving you double monkey backflip sex, like wild, like, you know, very like, what are these guys doing in front? The sex, you know, like a lot of fellatio, a lot of kissing, a lot of like, you know, carnal, whatever they were doing, very, very carnal, fleshly things. Added the drugs, so that means the trauma bond would have been even stronger. because the highs and the lows you get from drugs, and the highs and the lows of the serotonin, the dopamine rushes. I've been in this situation, and the intense, heightened physicality and all of these things, which when you look back at it, it's actually sick. It's actually a sickness. And the thing is, you can get this all natural if you meet someone that you actually really like, and you know that, look at this guy, you actually connect. And because sexual energy is so powerful, you can actually heal someone. You could both tap into source, and you can, you know, really kind of driving in London, people, nobody can give you a gap. Nobody. A lot of narcissists are on the road. A lot of people that, you know, it's all about them. You can never step out of where someone is going. Where someone's going by mistake. Anyway, so you can see Johnny Depp is an unhealed, unawakened empath. And when they were talking about she trapped him, and when he was ever like using drugs or whatever, she made it a thing to record him when there was any alcohol or drugs or anything that he shouldn't have been doing. Basically, she wanted just to use against him. And you can see that that what happened there, what happened in their relationship was a kind of that dynamic of up, down, hot, cold, you know, trauma bonding, fake reverse discard. She'd get him angry, he'll break up. But there were moments there that I felt that Johnny Depp was like not playing his manly role. Like, he didn't have any like masculine frame, masculine identity. So there's actually times when it's like, because I was in a position where it's like, these narcissists, they want you to challenge you. They want to see if they can get that killer to come out in you. And it's not in a natural way, because in a natural relationship, you get tested by the feminine, and that's completely fine. It's to say that you're capable. So a lot of guys, they are not capable. They're not, they haven't matured, you know? So they haven't got those instincts, like how to protect, how to provide, how to survive, how to indeed thrive. So the feminine has to test us to say that she can trust, she can let go and be in her feminine. And Johnny Depp did not show that. He was constantly giving into her friends, all her demands. And the thing is with narcissists is that the more you give them, they see you as weak. They don't actually think, oh, this person is being kind to me. They're giving me, they're letting my friends stay in my flat. Not even me, they're letting my friend group stay in my flats, or whatever he did. He basically just got used and abused. And then when they finished, she discarded him, she kicked him out. And all that kind of like the lying that she was doing and all the physical altercations, that's all part of it. That's all part of it, you know? In their victimhood, you could see the Darvo where she was writing an article saying Johnny Depp was the one that was the abuser. When if you got eyes to see, you can see it was her. You can see the mask. There was times in the court where she looked all scared. It was all acting. Narcissists actually is great models and actors in real life. That's why they're all in Hollywood. A lot of them are narcissists, sleeping with each other. Angelina Jolie, you know, with taking Brad Pitt, you know, that kind of stuff. They do a film and they're actually running away, cheating with their co-stars, all this kind of stuff. They got no impulse control. You should be able to go and film a film with someone, even kiss them on the mouth, and it's just acting, and go home to your wife. But these narcissists, especially the feminine, they just weaponize sex. Not just feminine, the masculine do it too. You know when they say dickmatized, where you have even Andrew Tate with his PIMP, his PhD pimping something degree. Don't want to say that word, but it's the same kind of thing. It's weaponizing sex and the body, the physicality, you know, how to stroke to get someone hooked on you. Not that they don't actually like the person, they're hooked on the exciting bed play. But that's all fake. It's not real. It's not like, it's so ephemeral. It's not real, like lasting deep love, agape love. It's like this sort of fleeting thing. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, man, because there's people that don't know about narcissism and they're still asleep. And Johnny Depp is one of them. Like, you can see with his alcohol or his illicit substance use, it's all connected, because a lot of empaths, a lot of us with our addictions, we've been kind of used our whole life, abused, manipulated, gaslit, taken advantage of. All of this is going on constantly, and sometimes you want to release, you want to escape, you want to exhale, you want to, you know, take your mind somewhere else. But the thing about us is, when we start our healing, you have to do the opposite of that. You have to try and come into your body. You want to stay in those feelings, those like fears or those like uncomfortable things, when you have to say no to people, you have to stand up to people, you have to, you know, really put down your boundaries. You know, like, you have to really slow your life down, because sometimes you actually do stuff where it's like, it's just because that's what comes natural. You know, you just like, what's that word? Placate. You kind of just agree, but you don't really want to agree because you just want to keep the peace. You just like walking on eggshells with these narcissists. But sometimes when people are toxic and they're not narcissists, sometimes you just have to just put your foot down with people and just say, actually, no, I don't want to do that, or I can't do this, or I can't go here, I can't work that overtime, I can't, you know, I got to put myself first, I got to do my hobbies, I got to do what I'm doing, you know. It's things like that. You can just see it from that whole case, and why it's kind of good that these things are happening. Even with Puffy and what was the lady, Cassie, you can see the dynamic again of narcissists and the other and the opposite. Is you would think that people would be speaking more about this topic, but they're not. They literally say every single word under the sun except for narcissism or narcissistic or toxic, or they don't say any of that. They just sort of talk about abusive. It's like, it's weird. It's like people know what's going on, or maybe they don't. Maybe that's just Satan, just, you know, the D word, the D's playground. Satan's having his hand on most things. So that's a part of it. But anyway, I've got quite like a long drive, hour drive, so I'm just gonna sit in some traffic now. Yeah, if you found this video in the future, or you want me to talk about the Netflix series and maybe break it down a bit more, the different points where during the abuse there was like love bombing, which I touched on a little bit of that already, mirroring, devaluing, even the time when she did a poo in his bed, discard, and there were some hoovers, and there was a lot of cheating, like she went off with Elon Musk or something, and like other men, just like, because they just literally, they have no accountability, these people. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to touch on it on here because I thought it was interesting and I wanted to touch on it. But we can come back and do this thing more deep dive. Let me know in the comments. All right, peace.